Hi friends, today we're working on another painting here. This video is probably just going to be me yapping while talking about the painting, not so much as like a tutorial or telling you how I do anything. So feel free to stick around or just put this in the background while you paint while I yap. Yeah. So right here, I'm just gathering all my colors. For this painting, I used what I'd like to think of as a limited color palette. I don't know. I just used a burnt umber, burnt sienna, and God, I think that's ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, and I don't know. I found this paint. It's a golden brand paint. It's like a really light green. And I thought it works like so good for my skin tones. Like I just mix that in with the burnt sienna and it makes like the perfect like warm light tinted skin tone. I love it. But anyways, you can see me blocking in my shadows before I actually paint. That is one thing I've been learning in my art school classes lately. It really helped me because before I started doing that, I would be constantly battling like the lightest of the lights and the darkest of the darks on a painting. Like in like the last day or so, I would be working on it, and that would cause my paintings to be like really muddy because I ended up having to remix the midtones over and over again. I don't know. And oh, yep. See, there's that light green I like, but I've been using also acrylic. God, what are they called? Mediums. Acrylic mediums. Like that one right there. It's like a Liquitex slow drying spray medium. I don't know. I've been really liking it. Like, it makes them really easy to blend too. I don't know. I was showing one of my other paintings that I did with the mediums to my friends, and she was like, "Oh my god, did you use oil paints?" And I was like, "No, you know the ventilation in my apartment's terrible. I would never do that. It's acrylics." But yeah, so I love those mediums though. I think I've already used like half that bottle on like 3 paintings I did, so that is a little worrying. I don't know, they smell like Elmer's glue. I think that's fun. It smells like Elmer's glue the entire time I'm painting. Those fumes might not be great for me either, but I think they'd be better for me than oils. But yeah, I don't know, another thing I've been noticing about my painting process, like looking back on it, I feel like I paint like an AI would. Like, you see those people on TikTok and YouTube calling out other artists for like AI speed paints and junk. And they're like, "Oh, you can tell it's an AI speed paint. It's a really bad AI speed paint too because they jump around the paintings and only render one thing at a time." But I only render one thing at a time. Because if the entire painting looks like blah-y and not rendered, I'm not gonna want to work on it. I don't know, this keeps happening to me. Like before, because when I first saw those videos, I tried to change the way I painted, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna render the whole painting at the same time, and it's gonna like help create uniformity upon the space. And like, I don't know, I talked myself into it to where it would like make sense for me, and like it was like a personal failure for me to have not done it earlier. But yeah, no, I don't even have any paintings from the past few months because I've been fully trying to do that, and I just throw them away. If the painting doesn't look good, if there's not a single spot on that painting that looks good, the next time I come to paint, I'm not gonna continue. I don't know, if I see a painting and like the entire thing needs to be rendered, that just looks like a bunch of work for me. Well, the way I'm doing it here, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that spot's already rendered. That's like a quarter of it's already done. If the whole spot still needs to be worked on, then it's not even like, it's harder to look at it like percentage-wise like that. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, I have been trying to work more on like actual physical, like traditional media, I guess you would call it, rather than digital, because, I don't know, I'm in community college right now, for like quote-unquote an associates in art, studio art, but that's not like an actual thing they offer there, so it's like a associates in arts college transfer. I don't know, it's weird, but I need to like get an actual portfolio going for when I transfer to like an actual school next year, because I need scholarships. I don't know, my mom and my friends are trying to get me to go to, God, what's that place called? Oh my god. That art university in Georgia. Savannah, Georgia. I don't know, it'll come to me later. God, I'm gonna look that up. I don't even know what it's called. Savannah College of Art and Design. Oh my god, I didn't even have to look it up. But I don't know, And that's like the only art school that's close to here, I think. I don't know. I'm in like South Carolina. And I'd want to go to I don't know. I was looking at them, looking like all the art schools in the area, and I either wanted to go to, there's one in Chicago and one in Rhode Island, and they both looked like really cool, but I can't afford that. I don't know. I can't afford that, and I don't really want to go into that much debt for an art degree. That feels like, I don't know. My parents already talked shit about me enough. I don't need more of that. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I think the hand really started to look kind of weird. I've been having issues lately figuring out how to define the knuckles and the knuckles and the tendons in the hand when they're in that position of like being in a fist. Because like when I usually at least draw my hands open, so like I'm used to drawing them, and then like there's like that in between skin between the fingers. Like I feel like with that I can make it look like an actual hand. But when it is in that position, I can't figure out how to like show that she still has all four of her fingers. I don't know. I don't know if like maybe like it's just me trying to convince myself it looks okay and that she does not look like she only got nubs for hands. But I don't know. I don't know. My painting style changed a lot since I was in high school. In high school, I didn't even really use acrylics because I didn't know that there were like good acrylics. I thought all acrylics were like the apple barrel paints. I don't know who told me that, but I was fully convinced it was that case. So I only used the little jelly gouaches. And I loved those things. But I would blend them a lot, so like no brush strokes visible or anything. I don't know, I'll figure out how to put some of those, I still have some of that art from high school in there. I don't know, and like it looks cool, like I like it. It has like some cool themes in there, cool subjects and stuff, but I don't know, my jelly gouaches dried up now, and I might buy another palette to play with them again. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I don't know, now with acrylics, I've been doing a lot more, I don't know, I feel like it looks rougher, but not necessarily in like a bad way, of course, but I don't know, there's a lot more brush strokes, like left uneven, and I'm like trying to convince myself it's like, oh yeah, like a Renaissance Impressionist painting bullshit, right? But I don't really think, I don't know. I honestly think I'm trying to talk myself into liking it again a bit more. But I'm not sure it's gonna work that well. I do feel like it is helping me from zeroing in on certain issues. Which is a good thing for me, because otherwise I'd just give up and not paint. So like with it, like I don't have to worry too much about getting like the skin texture right, because I don't feel like I'm at the stage where I can be doing hyper-realism acrylic paints yet. I don't feel like I have that good of a hand of a medium, and even when I get at that stage, I'm not even sure if that's something I would like to do. Oh my god, right here, I'm trying to figure out how to render the nose into the space. I ended up just like cutting the nose off at the end because I made it way too long. Girl looked like an elephant. I don't know, I was kind of struggling with anatomy throughout this whole piece, and that did kind of leak forward towards the end. I realized while I was editing the end of this video, I was like, god damn, her ear looks short. And yeah, no, it's like half the size of her ear, of how big her ear should be, I should say. But yeah, I don't know, right here you can kind of begin to see what the painting's gonna look like at the end. I don't know, that is supposed to be her hand. I think I communicated that well with the skin tones and tints and junk. I feel like it is pretty clear that it is her hand and not someone else's. That was something I was worried about while coming up with the concept for this art. But yeah, I don't know, I had fun with this. I did it on a Bristol board, which I don't usually do like full acrylic paint paintings on. I usually only ever do a canvas board, or like canvas paper, I guess. I don't know, but I took this painting class over last semester That was fall 2 term. And I had to do all the acrylic painting on Bristol board. I don't know, so now I have a fuck ton of Bristol board because it kept going on sale at Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Joann's. Joann's went out of business, I think, around that time too. So I bought up all the Bristol boards, so now I have like five, like a pile. I just have a pile of a bunch of different sizes of Bristol board that I'm gonna have to go through. And I don't know, I'm not gonna be like, I don't like painting on it, but I don't like the edges that I have to leave when I tape. So now I'm having to wait for it to dry to cut it, to trim the edges, because I don't want the white edges being shown. But I can never wait for it to dry, so now I just have a bunch of acrylic paint on the back of my rulers. I don't know, and it sucks. I never realized how expensive a metal ruler could be. I put one on my Christmas list, because I wasn't about to buy it myself. I went to Michael's, the yardsticks were like $30. I don't know, and I hate ordering stuff online. I like having, if I buy a yardstick, I'm already planning on what I'm going to use the yardstick for. I don't want to have to wait 2 days to live out my yardstick dreams. Oh my god, and then I tried to get a T-square? It was $45. I don't know. I put one on my Christmas list. I got a T-square for Christmas. That was I saw that present wrapped under that tree. Because, I mean, there's only so many ways you can wrap a T-square. I was like, oh my god. I was so excited. That was probably like the best present I got this Christmas. A damn T-square. I'm too scared to even use it to like cut down my paper, which is the whole reason I bought it. So I could get like a straight edge, lie it against my cut mat, and have like an actually straight edge while I'm cutting. But I can't even use it while I'm cutting these paintings because I don't even have the patience to let them dry. Yeah. I don't know, I'm having to paint on my floor right here, because this is the only spot that is hit by my $20 IKEA lamp. Yeah, my apartment has no overhead lighting at all. So I have one floor lamp in the living room, and it's like that cheap lamp with I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's the lamp that everyone has in their first apartment. It's the one light going up, and then the one of them that's on the the like bendy rod. What I'm saying probably doesn't make sense, but that doesn't matter. Because that's all I gotta work with. So I'm working on the floor right here, in the middle of the walkway between like the living room and the rest of the house. I don't know. I'm leaving all my art stuff there because that's like, if I have to haul all my paints and junk out every time I want to paint, I'm just never gonna do it. I don't know. I'm the type of person where like any kind of inconvenience, like I'm just not gonna deal with it. I don't know. I was struggling over December actually. I took this introduction to music appreciation class over December. It was like a 1-month long class over winter break. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be like a little bullshit class. I'm gonna listen to some classical music, talk about like pianissimo and bullshit. Like I was forced to do chorus all through middle and high school. Like I know how to do that. I thought it was gonna be a really easy class. And you know, it was until I got to my final, and it was like I had to compare and contrast Metallica and Beethoven's stage presence for like one of their concerts on YouTube. And I don't know, I got so mad because I really wanted to do, I think it was Alice in Chains. But the link on the PDF my professor sent me was a YouTube video for an Alice in Chains concert. And it got taken down, so I couldn't do Alice in Chains. I had to do Metallica and Beethoven. And I was like, I don't even like Metallica. And I had to listen to that 2-hour-long concert like 4 times. It was a 10-page paper. How am I supposed to write 10 pages on what comparing and contrasting Metallica and Beethoven? I don't know. I did it though. I did it. I got an A in the class. I'm proud of myself. I don't know. I've been really struggling lately. I'm like, it's my last semester. Like I'm officially in the last semester for this degree. Fingers crossed at least. And like spring semester last year, going into it, I had a 3.68 GPA. And then I got sepsis and had to go to the hospital for like a month. And I got sepsis like the week of finals. And then I couldn't communicate with any of my professors because I was like trying not to die. So I failed like 3 of those classes. And it really sucked because that was like my hard semester. I had 2 of them were 4 credit classes, and then the other one was a 1 credit class. And then summer 1 term, because I took summer classes that year too. I think I only took like, I think it was biology. It was biology and then some other like, I don't know, something like sociology. I don't think it was sociology, but we're just gonna say it was sociology. Something like that. I had to drop biology. I was like, there's no way I'm doing this right now. Like, actively in the hospital. And I was like, okay, like, I might be able to do sociology. I got a C. I got a C. I don't know. And then, spring 2 term, I was out of the hospital, but, like, I was not okay still. So I got a bunch of C's. Still got a bunch of C's. Yeah, it was rough. I don't know. But now I've been getting all B's and A's in my classes. At the end of that summer term, my GPA was like a 1.2. I got a, oh, you're on academic warning letter in the mail, and I was like, oh my god. And it got shipped to my parents' house because I still have them as my address, and I was like, I don't think my parents opened it, but I think they knew what was up. They said it because it said important in red letters, and I was like, oh shit. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm doing better now. I think it's like a 3.0 right now after I've been working my ass off. So it is getting better. It is getting better. I think I will actually be able to go to a real school next year. Fingers crossed. But yeah. Oh my god. It's been so bad lately with everything because I feel like every time I get my life together, something else throws me a curveball. But yeah, no, right here, a bunch of my paint started to dry up, even though I was using, that, like, slow drying acrylic medium. But I just put more in there. Like, I just mixed more medium in there, and it was like I magically doubled the amount of paint I had. I don't know, those things are great. I don't know why I've never used them before. But look how little that ear is. Oh my god. I don't know, when I post that online, I'm probably just gonna, like, go into Procreate and manually size up the ear, because that's pissing me off, genuinely. I don't know, you can see I kind of gave up on the nose and decided I was gonna crop it. Oh my god. I don't know, okay, ignoring the nose, ignoring the ear, I feel like I did actually pretty good with this one. In this painting, she is applying the ash mark on Ash Wednesday to her own forehead. It was supposed to, like, kind of reflect my experiences growing up. My family was Catholic. Like, I was raised Catholic, but not, like, actually in the church. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you. Probably it doesn't make sense to me either. It's okay. But then I was also, like, majority raised by my grandma, who was a pagan. So this painting was kind of supposed to be a amalgamation of those two religions, kind of showing how I was, like, how I grew up. So she's taking the ash mark, which is something that was usually, like, done to you, and, like, retaking the autonomy in that ritual. And I don't know, that's really as far as the meaning goes there, but I just thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, right here I am just doing the hairs. Off camera, I did a little wash of the hairs to, like, smooth out the highlights a bit, because I wasn't a huge fan on how they turned out. I don't know, this is the first time I've ever really recorded my paintings. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I figured it would look a lot worse, given that it's just a recording off my phone. But I don't think it's that bad. The only thing I'm going to need to fix for next time is that damn lamp. I don't know. My old apartment, the old apartment I had before I moved in this one, it had overhead lighting, and I don't think I realized how spoiled I was to have that. I don't know, I would never even use my overhead lighting because I'd be home during the daytime. I was a barista, and I'd get home at like noon, still be day out. Yeah, I don't know, it was really great because I'd be able to go home and take a nap. And then by the time I woke up, all my friends were just getting off their like normal scheduled jobs, so I'd have like all this energy to go do stuff until really late at night. And because I'd already gotten basically like half my night's sleep in before we went out, I'd be fine to wake up at 3 a.m. the next day no matter how late we stayed out. I don't know, I do really miss it, but towards the end they wanted me to have availability from like 3 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I really don't think 20 hours a day, 7 days a week of availability is reasonable. If I'm also going to school, that's fucking psychotic. Oh, there it is. Okay, see, I cropped it right there. I cropped, I think, like half the ear off, cropped that weird looking nose. But yeah. If you liked this, liked hearing me ramble, you can subscribe, maybe. I'm gonna try and post on here more often. I think my plan is at least like once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. We'll see if I go to the hospital again. You know how it is. But yeah. Bye.